Hi everyone, I'm Trudy. I'm One Grounded Angel, and this is your weekly angel card reading for March the 21st to March the 25th, 2016. So let's see what the angels have to tell us about what we can expect this week and what we need to know to make sure that we make good choices and move ourselves forward in the direction of our dreams. So we'll start with Monday the 21st, and I'll just shuffle the cards and see what comes up. Twin Flame. Right, so if you haven't heard of twin flames before, it's kind of a similar concept to the soulmate. It speaks to a romantic relationship which goes back through time, so a relationship that started in a previous lifetime, so someone that you're meant to be with in this lifetime. So when this card comes up, it often comes up for people who are questioning their relationship and wondering if they're with the right person. So what you've got to try and figure out is this person the one who I have a soul connection with, or am I with them because I'm scared to leave, or am I with them because it's convenient, or any of those other reasons which are perfectly normal to stay in relationships. So it's really about the integrity of your relationship and asking yourself some questions about whether you're in the right place and the right time. So it's a difficult one for people to process, but if you're single, this also comes up to reassure you that there is a soul connection for you in this lifetime. That person will only appear when it's the right time. So it's reassuring, but they don't sort of affix a time to that. So it's a good message, it's very hopeful, but if you're in a relationship that's not working for you, this may be a little bit confronting. However, if you're in a relationship that you already know that you've got that soul connection, this is a really good validation of that. And a reminder also that you need to keep nourishing that relationship, because all relationships take work and they all evolve, so they need constant time and energy put into them. You don't just sort of leave them on the back burner, you've got to make sure that's still a priority. So that's Monday. Great to start the week with a message of love, and let's see what's happening on Tuesday the 22nd. Move. This is an interesting one. It goes out to people who are moving house and making sure that you are open to where you move to, and that you are sending out the right messages for what you want. So you make sure that you affirm to the universe that you want a house that is in a certain location, that is affordable for you, and the move is going to be as smooth as possible. Of course, moves are always a nightmare, but you want to make sure you minimize any sort of any drama. Also, it's if you're not moving and you're not looking to move anytime soon, this is about movement within your body. So the equinox started depending on which hemisphere you're in as to which equinox it is, but that's about the transition, the change of seasons, and that's a good reminder to us of movement and making sure we're not stagnating. So it's about how adaptable are you? Are you going with the flow, or are you stuck? Are you moving your body enough? That's also really important. Is the energy moving through your body enough? Are you getting outside enough? So it's kind of about movement and flow, but there is a very specific message in here for people who are moving, and just a reminder of how much power they have to attract the perfect home for them. So they need to work on that. So good luck if you are moving. Wednesday the 23rd. Interesting. Oh, I love this. 5 of Raphael. This is about regret over the past. So it comes up for people who perhaps you've got a lot of regrets about what's happened in the past. So even though things in the past may not have worked out quite as you would have hoped, they've worked out exactly as they were supposed to. So we've had challenges, we've had disappointments, but this card reminds us that we need to work at letting those disappointments go and seeing what we've learned within that. So particularly they're saying in terms of relationships and divorce. So if you're still beating yourself up about what happened in a relationship breakdown, or wondering if you've made the right choice, they're really wanting you to kind of let go of that and understand that everything has happened for a reason. Regret is, there's a couple of different schools of thought about regret. I know Brené Brown, a vulnerability researcher who I really admire, she talks about how it's really healthy to have regret, because then you can recognise the lesson within it. But there's also a lot of spiritual teachers who say you should never have regrets, because you should understand that whenever you've got the word should, alarm bells start ringing, right? The word should. Who determines what we should do? But anyway, their thought is that regret is unhelpful because basically everything's happened for a reason. So I'm sort of somewhere in the middle personally, and this is just my opinion. Everybody's free to make up their own mind. My opinion is it's okay to have regrets, but you've got to make sure you don't attach too much meaning to them. So that means letting go. You can still be disappointed, but don't beat yourself up about it. And the best way you can do that is to look for the lesson within it. What have you learned? How are you stronger as a result of that experience that you would not have got through any other experience? Although perhaps you would have preferred that it had been a less painful experience. But unfortunately, we don't get to choose the challenges that come our way. Well, perhaps we do. Our soul probably has predetermined them to some extent. But it's really important, regardless of what you think about regret, that you, with this card, you're being asked to look at where you're stuck in the past, where you're really kicking yourself over things that you've done and kind of wish you could go back and repeat them. We can't go backwards. You must look forwards. You're not going that way. You are moving forwards. So, and if you are really stuck in that place of beating yourself up about the past, you're going to repeat the pattern because you won't have learned the lesson. So you're going to keep having these similar relationships that end the same way because you haven't learned. So it's definitely about relationships here, they're saying very strongly. And that may not necessarily be romantic, but for the vast majority of you, they're saying it is. So, and it also can be about what you didn't do as much as what you did do. So a bit of self-forgiveness is coming through here. And we had the forgiveness card on Friday that I know resonated with a lot of you because I got some strong messages, some great feedback around that. So, yeah, regret. It's a big word, isn't it? So let's look at Thursday, the 24th of March. Archangel Michael. Well, this is very interesting because this is Thursday's card, but the card deck I'm using for Friday is Archangel Michael. So now he is in charge, well, not in charge, he's associated with strength and courage. He's someone that I personally call on when I'm going through a big challenge and I feel like I need some extra strength and courage. He's also a good one for protection. So if you feel unsafe, call on him. He's sort of like the knight, I think, of the angel realm. He's also the patron saint of emergency services. So, you know, your fireys and your ambos and that often have him. So, yeah, he's a good one to call on for that kind of warrior sort of vibe that you need to move forward and move through adversity. So here is saying that he's here to help us with our courage. So fear is normal, but we've got people that we can call on. You must always ask your angels for help. They can't help you if you don't ask for them because you have free will. You're in charge of your life and not the angels. So if you need them, you've got to ask them. They can't intervene. So if you've got big challenges, and they might even be small challenges that you need, perhaps it's like something at work that you're stuck with, or you're scared to have a conversation with someone about, anything like that. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but Michael's just saying, hey, I'm here, you can call on me, I will help you. So yeah, he's really awesome. He's also, randomly, he's a good person to help with electronic appliances. I don't know why I've been told to tell you that because it's such a small thing, but if you have appliances break down, as long as they are fixable, obviously, he's a good, or even your car, he's a good person to ask for help with that. So, yeah, I'll write more when I post this on social media, as always, on my Instagram and my Facebook page. So now I'm working for Friday, that's the 25th, and I'm using the Archangel Michael card deck. So we can get some very specific information from him Friday. So it's interesting that he's coming through to help us all. And don't forget, the angels can be with all of us at the same time. So don't think if I ask Michael to help me with this, it's taking him away from something more important. It's not. It's just the magic of the universe is that he can be everywhere at once. Interesting. So we had a lot about goal setting last week, and here we've got a similar theme. Michael's reminding us to stay focused on what we want. Now, here in Australia and many parts of the world, it's going to be Good Friday, so many of us will be on holiday, but that doesn't mean that even though it's important to rest, that doesn't mean we're not still working on achieving our dreams and our goals. So this is coming through to make sure that we are focused on what we want and not what we don't want. Sometimes when we're working towards something, we get scared and we focus on the fears, and that sort of attracts the fears and the worries, and it means that we can't focus on what we want and move towards that. So he's just reminding us to watch where our thoughts go on Friday. Make sure they're on what we want and not what we don't, make sure we're not focusing on our fears, because you're taking your eye off the ball then when you do that. So it's normal to be scared, but don't dwell in those fears. Really just keep staying faithful, really, and focusing on what you actually want. It's really important to be focused. So a vision board can be really helpful for people. You've probably heard this idea before. It's writing words on a piece of paper and sticking pictures on to emphasize exactly what you're looking for, particularly relationship theme here again, particularly if it's about attracting a partner. But also if it's a career or anything like that, perhaps it's a holiday you're planning that you really want to make happen, or financial goals. So focus, it's all about focus. So an interesting kind of mix here. There was a lot about romance and love, which is great, particularly in the soul connection. And we've also got the move card, which seems a little bit random, but it's come up for there's no accidents. The cards come up for a reason. Obviously somebody definitely needs that, but I think all of us need to, at this time of the equinox, make sure that we are moving and that we're keeping that energy flowing and not getting stuck, particularly not stuck in negative emotions. So that's a really powerful one there too. So and then we've got Michael coming through to help us stay strong and brave and really working towards what we actually want. So my Instagram is @OneGroundedAngel. My Facebook page is called One Grounded Angel. I post the card each day. I give you a little bit more information, and you can visit that if you have questions, you need more information. I can certainly help you out there. But please get in touch. I love hearing from you, and I hope everybody has a fantastic week and a happy Easter if that is what you are celebrating where you are. Thanks everybody.